Hooty hoo, graceful crew. Welcome back to my kitchen. So today we're going to actually make some crackers. Pete, my husband, for anyone who might see this that doesn't know us, loves crackers. So I'm going to go ahead and try to make him some sourdough crackers. He likes the ones that I've been using, but I want to try a different recipe and let's see if these work even better. So I am going to attempt to get you guys at a better angle so that you can see everything that I'm doing here. So you won't see my beautiful face, but you'll be able to see how I'm doing everything. I have most things set up. I'm going to take you from start to finish, even from getting the wheat berries. Let's see, maybe we should do that before I try to move the camera. Let's see. Nope, we're going to try to move the camera first. Hang on one second. Okay, I think this looks good. Let me know if you guys like this angle when I'm actually working. Okay. All right. So to start off with, we are going to measure. Let's put it this way so you can see. I don't know if you can see anyway, but we're going to measure our wheat berries. Okay. So of course you start out at 0 grams. And we're going to use hard red wheat berries. So we're going to do 113 grams of hard red wheat. Almost. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to quickly check these to make sure that there's no stalks or anything in them. I of course washed my hands. Let's see. I'm not seeing any obvious debris. If I have more than this, I will generally spread it out on a plate so that I can really take a look at it. All right, this looks good. Okay, I'm going to pause you, grind this up. You saw that in my other video, so I'm going to grind this in my wheat grinder, and then I will be right back. Okay, we have our beautifully milled, fresh milled flour here. You can see it's very light and fine. Okay, our next step, I don't know if you may not be able to see this, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn it around so I can see it. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, next we need 227 grams of unfed sourdough starter. So I've had this, my Gizmo, is his name. I've had him in my fridge, and smells great. Smells nice and sour, as it should. So we're going to use 227 grams of this. So all you do is just take it right out of there. It looks a little strange, but that's sourdough starter. Okay, so we're just going to scoop it. All right. We're going to take it right down to the bottom here on Gizmo. And of course I got too much. There we go. Perfect. So this is plenty. Let's see. This is plenty to replenish, so I have to feed Gizmo before I put him away. Feed him and let him sit for a while so that the microorganisms, the good and bad bacteria. Actually, there's no bad bacteria in here now. The good bacteria can create the yeast, and so that I can use it in the future. So, okay, we're going to set him aside. I've already milled the flour to feed him, so I'll show you guys that in a little bit. All right, so 227 grams of unfed sourdough starter, or discard is what often it's called. We need a ½ teaspoon of salt. I got out my tablespoons, but I didn't get out my teaspoon. Alright, ½ teaspoon. And we love real salt. Has lots of minerals. So, ½ teaspoon. Might be easier if I just took the lid off, huh? No, we're good. Alright, ½ teaspoon of salt. Now, for other recipes, you actually don't want to put your salt right on your sourdough starter, but this one is, we're not expecting it to rise. So, it's not to worry about. Alright, we need 57 grams of olive oil. So again, we're going to zero out and add 57 grams. Okay. And 1 more gram. There we go, perfect. Okay. Next, we get to season them however we want to. So I can take it off of and turn off my scale. Now we can season them. So Pete wanted to make sure that they're very nice and seasoned. So he loves garlic powder and onion powder. So we're going to put, I think, no, let's do ½ tablespoon. ½ tablespoon of each. Alright, maybe a little over. Okay, that's the garlic powder. And our onion powder. I went down, I keep all my bulk spices and seasonings downstairs. So I went down and refilled these. It's almost time to get some more. Okay, next we're going to do a full tablespoon of Italian seasoning. I'm going to have to pour this one. And oops, if a little bit spills extra. Not a big deal. Alright, and that's it. We're going to mix this up. Okay. I was surprised that this recipe doesn't have any water, but of course the sourdough starter has water, and then there's the oil. So, get it to kind of come together here, and then I will just use my hands. It's feeling good. Alright, let's just go ahead and use my hands. Get it all incorporated together. It's actually a really nice, I was expecting it to be very dry, but it's a very nice consistency, very nice wet dough. Alright, looks like we've got everything incorporated there. Okay, we're not expecting like any gluten development or anything like that. It's just incorporating it. Now, I am going to let this sit for about 15 minutes because of that fresh milled flour, and just soak up some of that flour so that it's nice and moist. It looks like I do have a little bit of oil. Let me kind of knead it a little bit because I do have a few spots that have extra oil. I want to make sure that it's all incorporated throughout. Alright, I think that's good. Oh, it smells so good. That's one of the things I love about baking is the smells. He always loves it when he comes down and I'm baking bread. It smells so good in here. And then when we come home. Okay, that's looking good. So I'm going to leave it for 15 minutes and then I will be back and we will roll it out. Okay, it has been 30 minutes. We are going to roll these out. Let's see if I can get it in kind of a rectangle shape. They smell really good. Oh, so the recipe said to take half, so I'm sure you see this is a lot smaller than it was. And my hands are getting all oily, so the olive oil soaked in nicely. So first I'm going to try to kind of make it a little bit of a rectangle here. Okay, and if you don't have one of these, they are amazing. So it's just so much easier than a big rolling pin. So we're going to roll these. Didn't really say how thin. I assume as thin as possible. We're not getting the rectangle very well, are we? Oh dear. Okay. I was just I'm watching all the old British bake-offs. And I love the way they talk, and they talk about biscuits and tarte tatin and all these different things. It's a little bit daunting to think about all those things. I think biscuits are just cookies, but I'm not sure. If anybody knows, feel free to put down in the comments. I may have to just Google it. So I'm just still trying to make a rectangle. I guess it really doesn't matter. Mostly Pete just puts these in his tuna or chili, or he just kind of crumbles them up. Alright, let's see. It feels pretty good, but I think we can get a little bit thinner. I asked Pete if he would come once I got some baked. I've got the oven preheating 350. I asked him if he'd come on camera and try them, so we'll see if we can get him to do that. Alright, that feels pretty good. Feels pretty even. Okay. Coming off my parchment paper here. Go this way. These smell so good. Can't wait to try these. Okay, next is to just brush them with a little bit of olive oil and sprinkle a little bit of salt. So I'm just going to put a dollop. Brush that across. Okay, so earlier I used real salt in the dough. I used a fine grain. This time we're actually going to use a coarse grain of salt. Okay, that looks good. Alright, let's see if I can sprinkle this without it getting too crazy. Because he's not a huge salt guy. I love salt. Too much. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay. I'm gonna just kind of roll the salt in just a little. Hopefully it doesn't all stick to my... No. Okay, now we're gonna cut them. They do not have to be perfect. In fact, the other ones that I make, I actually cut. I put them in the oven for about 10 minutes before I even cut them, but these says to cut them right away, so that's what we're gonna try. Oh, and our oven is ready. Okay, there we go. All right, I believe these bake for about 10 to 15 minutes, so I'm gonna put them on a baking sheet and I'll be back. Looks pretty good. Okay, everybody, I got him to come try. Let's see if he likes them. Take any of them, any one of them.
Hot, hot, hot. Hot. Very good. Very good. Hot, but very good.
Do you like them better than the other ones?
Yeah, they have a lot more flavor.
Cool.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Mwah.
Am I done now?
You're done now.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, give me another one. They really have a lot of good flavor.
Ouch. Careful. I think they're in, everybody.
Oh, that's really good.
Okay, well, that's another wrap up. Oh, I guess I should come back here. That's another wrap up in the Bateman kitchen. Okay. I will see you when I see you.